Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome, everyone. Woo!
I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Shantal.
And hello, Gary.
Hello, how you doing, ladies?
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Hanging in there as always. Happy to be here.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Is it rough?
I have a rough job, I'll admit.
Wow. We're going to get a lot of comments after this one.
I know, right?
I'll take his spot.
Yeah. Fucking kick Gary off. We actually had a lot of fans offer themselves on as hosts. I wonder how that would go. We've talked about just... I do think it would be cool to let people call in type of scenario.
I think that we should totally figure out.
But a
how to
host
do
would
that.
take a lot of interviews.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gary's job did not come easy.
I know. You guys let me come on here and I'm grateful.
And we love you, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're the best.
Well,
Okay. So.
today we are going to dive into some sexual preferences, kinks, fetishes, and talk about some emerging sex trends
for 2025.
Yeah, 2025. What the fuck is next?
Yeah, I know.
For the year ahead. Oh my God.
What I wonder is how do they come up with these trends for the new year? Is it what has been getting popular in the previous year?
I think it's looking at what was really popular in 2024 and seeing where it's pushing, where are things going, what could be predicted. But I thought it was really funny. I don't know if you saw this pop up in the news recently, but there was a prediction back in 2016 from, I don't know if he's a doctor or a sexologist or something. I can't remember where I saw the story, but he predicted that in the year 2025 that women were no longer going to need men for sex and that women would be having sex with robots by 2025.
What the fuck?
That's a wild fucking prediction. So that was recirculating
With robots?
online. Yes.
That reminds me of our whole episode about the AI sex dolls.
Like actual robots?
I don't know if he meant actual robots or if women would be having sex with male sex dolls. That I don't know.
No, thank you.
But that was his prediction in 2016, and so certainly all the guys are like, "Ha ha, in your face! Women are still sleeping with us." But it's funny because if you think back to time periods where they were predicting things about the future, I think there was this notion that we were going to be super tech. You know, and there's certainly been a lot of tech advances.
Yeah.
They also predicted we'd be have flying cars by now.
Yeah.
So
I remember
off.
that in middle school, them being oh yeah,
cars are gonna be
in the
flying.
in the 2000s, in the 2020s, we're gonna be flying cars, and it's oh, are we? That would be
Ways
really
away from
chaotic.
That would be.
I think we are a ways away
Oh
from that.
man. Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wonder how far that really will go.
Yeah. I know.
And it's kind of crazy. But but maybe we're really 10, 20, 30 years away from the progressions of that versus it's just going to take over and everyone's going to be having sex with robots.
Do you think they don't want that though? Because then it's what's the need to do anything? Why do you need to talk to people?
I don't want to fuck a robot. I don't care how old I sound.
What if
at this
they
point.
what if they knew the robot could be programmed to do every single thing and made you have the most amazing orgasm of your life? You'd be all right.
A big, huge sex doll, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The robot would be looked at like a big sex doll.
Well, they
or
have
sex toy.
They have robots that can clean and do this and do tasks. So it's not
That'd be fucking
outlandish to think about this robot pleasuring you or whatever.
Well, I mean, we do have self-driving cars.
Yeah,
that
I
we
was
can
just
get
gonna
in.
say
Yeah,
that.
So,
Yeah, you never know.
Why not?
Can you imagine seeing your
Yes.
robot cleaning your kitchen? You're sitting on the kitchen
that is a fucking.
Isn't there a movie
seen
about
iRobot?
that?
They
Yeah.
take over. That's what I feel like those fuckers would do. They'd be
fuckers.
standing over your bed, you're sleeping.
That would creep me out.
That would definitely creep me out for sure. But I mean, I don't know. Are robots coming in the next time
Not
period?
our
I don't
lifetime.
No, it's just my
Not
robot
our
vacuum
lifetime,
cleaner,
really?
That's it.
What did you say? My vacuum
My
cleaner?
robot vacuum cleaner.
Oh,
Think
my
about it.
mind went somewhere naughty.
We only got 30, 40 years left. Then we'll.
What do you
Probably right.
mean? between what, 30, 40 years left of living?
Of our lives, yeah.
That's depressing as
Yeah,
fuck,
that
Gary.
is.
Holy
Wow.
shit. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? I don't know. I know people living into their hundreds.
Would you really want to be 100 still living though?
I don't know. It
No.
depends how good I look.
Imagine the fucking world when you're 100.
It's true, isn't it? How good and how good you look and how good you
shit
feel.
how you look when you're 100. Like, you're gonna really care?
Well, who knows? Maybe we're gonna advance so much.
This is gonna sound really depressing. Sorry, guys, but for me, I think the biggest fear is everyone around you dying.
Yeah.
And you outliving them, and then that's depressing. I don't want to outlive everyone.
Well, yeah, and just when you're 80, 90, 100, imagine how much you've experienced and what the world is like when you're 100. And you're just like, God damn.
Pull the plug.
Get me out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking, I wouldn't even know what the generation would be then. Like, I was going to say Gen Z, but it's not that. It'd be fucking something crazy.
Fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Anyway.
Wow.
Kinks and fetishes.
That took us deep.
They're
Sorry.
gonna. It's gonna. You know, it reminds me of that show. I don't know if you ever saw this show on Amazon where, like, you essentially can choose to like upload yourself. Did you see that show?
Was that Black Mirror or something?
No, it's called Upload, I think, actually.
Oh.
And it's like you die, but if you have enough money, and this sounds kind of true. Like, if you think about it, if you have enough money, then you can upload yourself. So like the file, like everything that makes you you, like essentially your spirit, your brain, you know, conscious, upload you into this place where you can go to like continue to live and retire. And like,
That's
Sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I've never seen
and
that.
so you get like a AI type body in there, but it's like still you, and you're essentially like kind of alive in here, and you're like hanging out and playing and going to the pool and hanging out with your friends or doing whatever, but you're in this other dimensional world where you're uploaded, but the
What a
real you on
trip.
Earth is dead. And I'm like, imagine that. That would be pretty interesting.
That would be.
Like, but in that sense, you could never die. It's like your body's gone, but your conscious is still there.
Wow.
Wow, this
Deep.
pod just took a deep turn.
I think I need to be really
death
high
knell.
for this conversation.
We can make that happen.
Right? To just go there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, I don't know. What's your predictions then for the next year or the next 10 years? What do you think?
Year?
Yeah.
I mean, the next year I don't see being much different than
You
now.
don't think it'd be more kinky? Is it not going to be more kinky in the next year? Has shit not gotten kinky enough?
Oh, you mean as far as that?
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like sex predictions.
God, I don't know. Fuck.
Don't you
I don't
think?
know.
I mean, it went into like everyone, 2020, 2021, everyone was kind of went into like hiding. So everyone wasn't like interacting. Now people are finally starting to do shit again, like go out, go to bars, like, because no one was doing that for the longest time. And I feel like internet dating was like crazy. Now people are going out again. So maybe it's going to start changing,
Yeah.
with whatever's coming next,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting to like see the trends. I was reading some of just the stats of like each generation, and it's interesting. Like our generation is certainly like the kinkiest generation, which is interesting. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
We've
sense.
had a lot of access to like the internet and
Mhm.
porn, and a little bit older
Gadgets.
toys galore.
Doesn't it seem
Yes.
like millennials? I saw this thing that they'd rather have dogs than kids, and then I feel like
That's
the generation
true.
that's right behind us
Gen
is even
X.
worse. Like they don't want kids, and then they're even worse. Gen Z. It's like, do you think more and more people are like not wanting to have kids?
I think that maybe more and more people are recognizing it's extremely expensive to have kids.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now everything is so expensive. It's like just to live, and then add a kid into that. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
Mm.
I actually did see like a new study that showed like a graph of like the amount of women that are having kids like around the world, and it's just the decline. It's like way, way down. And in certain countries it's really low. Like I want to say that Korea or somewhere was like 0.7 for kids per woman, and like in the US I thought it was maybe 2, which still seems like a lot considering.
Well, I mean, it's hard to live right now. Buy groceries. Imagine having a kid. It just
Yeah.
adds it where it's that much harder. So I mean, I get that.
So the shift is like more pets, less kids.
Our world is overpopulated, so this is probably a good thing. I'm sorry.
I mean,
right?
It is. There's certainly a lot of people.
Yeah. Jesus. It's like getting worse. Fuck. Like everywhere. I feel like every area I go is like more and more traffic. It's like, what the
more people, more traffic, more houses.
Yeah.
To accommodate more people.
And how is it when people are having less kids? It's like, when are we going to start seeing it not be...
Probably after some generations die off.
More, though.
Yeah, maybe when
some
die
older
off.
generations die off. Oh, this is horrible. This podcast went dark.
We're going to hell.
Yeah. But what I was saying earlier about like the grass, it was like, so our generation, millennials, which still sounds weird, like put yourself in a generation, but the Gen Z was like, they're not going out. They're having less sex. They're more like their favorite thing to do on all the grass was like cuddling.
They're going to be the robot fuckers.
Well, because
I don't know. It seems like they value that connection still, though, if they're into cuddling and.
Yeah.
When I think of Gen Z, I think of video games and Uber Eats.
Oh my God, that's funny.
And pajamas. It's literally what I think of.
Well, I mean, when you think about like, how you were talking about like COVID and like the time
they
periods,
grew up
like
and it's like,
yeah.
Hey, you just graduated.
Life.
Well, you can't leave your house now. So it's like,
all right, gonna order some Uber Eats in my PJs, play some video games.
I mean, I see them at the gym in pajamas and Crocs, and I'm like, did you just fucking wake up? Like, I'm confused.
Pajamas and Crocs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's funny. I mean, I do think that all of these different things definitely impact like the sex and the kinks that people are into. But damn, people are just getting out here getting like just real creative with their kinks and fetishes. Both of them.
Yeah.
But some that I thought were really funny was a new trend is working out in the nude. And I'm just trying to...
Working out in the
awesome.
nude. Yeah.
I mean, it does sound pretty interesting, but I'm just wondering, where is this happening? Like
in their own
at a gym? I mean,
own?
I did see there was like somebody, I think it was a girl, because I feel like it would be a lot harder for a guy to go into a gym and start working out naked and not get like arrested. But there was a girl just completely butt-ass naked
in a public gym.
In a public gym.
Wow.
What, during opening hours? And
like during when they were open, just working out naked.
Wow.
She didn't get arrested.
God, that just sounds kind of gross.
Was she on the treadmill or like?
I don't know. I
just think about, like I need to feel like I gotta be supported.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like working out naked.
I mean, would you want it, even if you were wearing like a thong there, sitting on all those like?
I would never do it in a
benches
public
and shit?
gym. I've gotten naked in my own little gym. It's not very big, half a garage.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Were you just naked in there?
I think doing like hot yoga naked would be fucking hot.
Yeah,
like
I've
yoga,
done yoga naked.
but not working out. Like no.
Sauna naked. I mean, I have ended up naked working out.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it is hot, but I don't know about like doing the actual whole workout naked. But
Like
apparently
doing
it's
squats
like
naked, your titties all hanging, like you know what I mean? Like it'd just be uncomfortable. I don't like titties hanging.
Yeah,
feeling.
you're
I
like
don't know.
you need those like
that
tight.
support. Yeah.
Do you think that means people are getting more into like working out with sex kind of now?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely seems like it seems like more of a connection thing because you're talking about two people doing it together and working out naked. That would be very interesting. I don't feel like they're doing it the whole time.
What would it feel like to do squats naked as a guy and your balls just hanging? Now I'm thinking about titties hanging, thinking about your balls just like, would that be uncomfortable?
Probably nice doing that, but you just feel like really free. But anything else, like, I mean, sitting would just be, I would not sit anywhere.
What if it was your own gym?
I mean, it'd feel just weird. I mean, boxers would be one thing. Like, okay, because like when you're working out, you want to like see your body to like motivate you to be like, wow, like my muscles and everything. But like fully naked, I don't know, kind of weird.
I mean, but if you're with someone, that could actually be pretty hot. I don't have any mirrors in my gym right now, but that would actually be really hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about like the end of a session.
I was going to say, would it just be really distracting?
That would be really distracting. It wouldn't need to be towards the end or at the end of the workout.
Yeah.
You know, to not interrupt the workout.
Or just, you know.
I don't know. It sounds like a hot fantasy.
I don't know. You have a personal gym. Why don't you try it? And you let us know how it is.
Let us know how it is.
Yeah, so I just have to invite somebody into my gym.
I would go to jail.
I would go to jail. Oh my gosh. So something else that popped up, which I thought this was funny. Do you guys think the bush is coming back? That's supposed to be a big prediction for 2025.
Like a big bush?
Like women, bush coming back.
Men and women, or just women?
I think just women.
Definitely don't think that's coming back.
There was a couple celebrities that wore like really, really fucking ridiculously sheer dresses showing off their bush, like more recently at the end of the year.
I've seen a couple photographers post photos of women with sheer panties and their bushes.
Full bushes. Yeah, recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing it pop up my feed too. I'm like, why is this all popping up in my feed?
I think that's just something to be different.
Yeah.
Like where you have, because most girls don't have that. So it's something to be like, oh, like I have, and if it's like.
Maybe they're also trying to trick the algorithm.
Maybe.
Because you can show, I mean, you can show that. It's just hair, right? Because I've seen that.
I think you're seeing more
too.
than what you're actually seeing.
I think that is a thing. You think you're seeing more than you're actually seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you guys think it's coming back for guys?
I hope not. Fuck.
I don't think so. I don't think that was ever in for guys. Was it? Was that ever like a thing where guys were like, yeah, check out my bush?
They're just being fucking lazy, probably.
What if it's like buzzed, but like.
Yeah, that's cute.
A buzzed bush?
Yeah.
Nah.
just like a little header, not the whole area.
That'd be like spiky.
I just think of like a carrot.
A carrot?
Yeah.
What?
You know, like the green shit, and then the dick. I just picture a carrot. I don't know why.
A carrot. That's funny. I've never thought that thought
Now
my
you're
entire
going
life.
to.
Now I'm gonna be thinking about carrots. Okay.
And pubic hair?
Do they have a carrot emoji? That's gonna be the new eggplant.
Yep.
It is.
Oh
my
shit.
gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sobergasms.
Yeah, that was like a whole thing, or that like became a thing. It's interesting, like how there's way more people in the last year or two that I've talked to that are sober or that just don't drink.
I was going to say, I've seen that too.
A lot more.
A lot.
I've noticed that.
It's almost like it has become like a trend to not drink.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Mocktails now.
Yeah,
It's all about
mocktails.
mocktails.
Do you think it's because, okay, we're like millennials and we're getting older and we're all like, wow, we did a lot of stupid shit. And like, it's really fucked up shit. So you're like, I'm kind of done drinking. Because I know a lot of people that were like the dumbest fucking idiots drunk. And now they're like, I don't drink anymore. I'm like, it's probably good.
Probably a good idea for you.
And I've seen a study that said like hard alcohol, like alcohol sales have gone down. And then I saw this one that was like it was like a non-alcoholic beer has gone up.
Yeah.
Isn't
Isn't that
that
so interesting?
Yeah. But I mean like.
Non-alcoholic beer. I've also seen non-alcoholic wine, which I've tried that before just because I was curious.
It's like
it
grape
just
juice?
tasted, it just kind of tasted like a mix of like wine and like a sparkling cider.
Okay.
But obviously there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah.
But it tastes like wine should taste, just without the alcohol in it.
Huh. Interesting.
But there's like many different brands of non-alcoholic drinks. It's very interesting. Whole bars that are like mocktail bars.
I think that's just making things a lot more boring though now. No one's going to bars and like.
Well, they're going to
randomly
bars. They're going to
hooking up.
sober bars.
I think that's cool. They're coming up with alternatives and mocktails, but to me, I'm like, save the calories. If you're not going to have alcohol, just...
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, thank you.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I'll drink black coffee. So
Yeah.
the last time I went to a bar, I ordered a cold brew.
You did?
What?
At the
They
bar?
actually
Like at
had
night?
cold brew.
They
had cold brew.
Probably
I'm
for
like,
espresso martinis.
yeah, I know, but I don't drink. So I'm like, do you have cold brew? Do you have Red Bull? And I'm like, okay, well, I'll try the cold brew first. And then my second drink was a Red Bull. So I had coffee and Red Bull.
Holy shit.
Oh my
you're
God. You
wired.
got jacked, girl.
I thought you were going to mix those
I
two
didn't
together.
sleep that night. But I was surprised they had cold brew, but it kind of looked like I was drinking like just a whiskey straight or something, just black.
I bet they had that as a mixer for like an espresso martini, probably.
Oh, I know. I think it was just cold brew. They legitimately had cold brew at the bar. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah. Shocking.
Wow.
But yeah, I do think that that's a thing. And I think that's going to continue to probably be a thing because we're kind of in this, you mentioned how like everybody's doing, like a lot of people are not drinking because they did dumb shit. I think it's also just like healthier habits and everyone's really focused on like health and longevity and feeling good.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's hard to feel good when I'm not saying it's not okay to like drink occasionally or whatever, but for some people they don't have the ability to just do the sometimes, or they just like party too hard and they feel like shit all the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's just a big emphasis as like a whole on feeling good.
Yeah.
You know,
the one thing that I've definitely seen more of, I don't know if it's just me seeing stuff on Instagram, is way more people like making it totally normal and fine to like stay at home. That's definitely something I've seen for sure.
That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I saw so many posts of people like, and it's funny, like that are in like their 30s and like, oh, like for New Year's, and like we're in my 20s, and it's like you're all drinking and shit. And then 30s, like you're on your couch, like,
at home,
in your
you're
pajamas.
watching the ball drop.
So many, and maybe it's just like
that was
like,
me this year, New Year's, and I loved it. It was so great.
I love watching the fireworks on TV or the drone shows.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's nice to just be home and not feel like. Don't get me wrong. I love getting glammed up and putting on some hot shoes and going out, but sometimes you just don't fucking feel like it. It's nice to just be in the comfort of your home, especially when it's cold outside. When it's cold, I don't want to go anywhere.
No winter.
You know? Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I think that's definitely been something that people have been staying in a lot more. It does seem like that.
Yeah, it's a conflicting because you want the ability to go out when you want to, but then you also just want to stay home.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just stay home and work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The joystick method. This is hilarious. This is like a whole thing that's like taken over multiple categories of porn. It's essentially treating your eggplant.
Carrot, eggplant.
Carrot. That's a new one. Your carrot. Like a joystick. So literally moving it like it's a joystick. How does that make you feel, Gary?
Why would you do that though?
It's just supposed to be some new technique that is getting a lot of attention.
Like just randomly, or like when you're
well, no, like when you're being intimate.
Oh.
So okay, I'm picturing like
you're using
a video
your joystick.
Game. Yeah, like a video game, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Weird.
Huh. Whatever
I
the
don't
floats
know.
their
I was
boat.
like, let me think about that.
I don't feel like that would feel that great, but I mean, something different.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think people are just like, they're bored and they're like, what else can we come up with? How many different ways can
Bring back the helicopter?
The helicopter? Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm fucking kidding, but just kind of made me think of that. That's interesting.
No,
it's
but
interesting that that's talked about. Like,
yeah, it's very talked about and like shown in a lot of porn, and which is interesting because I feel like porn is usually like a lot of the same things, but now I'm seeing all of these. I was actually gonna put a link for you to watch some porn, but it's homework, guys. Okay, but it's like all these sites with like very, I don't know, ethical porn where it's like all agreed upon and like the actors, you know, it's more consensual and the storylines aren't
Was it all
very
missionary
cliche.
sex? That sounds really exciting.
No, it wasn't. But it definitely wasn't. But it was just interesting. Some of it was slow, and I'm like, okay, who wants to watch?
What's the point
Slow
of what is the
sex.
point of that site though? I don't get it.
Of ethical porn.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be like where
Like these people are all married, so like
no, I mean, I suppose a lot of them were, and they have like, it's very interesting. They have like whole profiles and, you know, a whole library where people just like compliment them on their different skills in the videos. But like, I think a lot of that is interesting that that's coming up as like a new thing.
yeah.
I don't know what makes porn ethical. I guess just it's agreed upon and they're selling it and there making the profit. And are you looking up porn right now, Gary? He all of a sudden gets it out. He starts
Maybe
research. Sent him the link early. Oh my gosh. I don't know. There's a lot of things on the rise. Certainly.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're bringing bushes back, guys.
Multisensory experiences. Couples are enhancing intimacy by engaging all 5 senses during sexual encounters. I mean, that sounds like fucking fun, you know?
It sounds like a lot of things to enjoy at the same time.
Yeah. You know, so like, no, she didn't have that then. When we did our live with Emily, and she ordered like this feather thing.
The little feather tickler?
The tickler. Did we have it during that one live? It was a different and I was like, oh my God, this thing actually feels really fucking good. The little feather.
The feather. I had it when we were on ours too, but we were just only using the whip. People are going to be so fucking confused when they're listening to this fucking episode. True. They're like, what the fuck
were
you doing with
what whip?
What whip? What fucking feather?
Yeah.
Conversation for another day.
Yes. But it just made me think of that like little feather tickler thing.
Yeah.
Because I've never like actually played with
I always wondered
before.
like, what the fuck is this really for? I'm not ticklish.
Yeah.
But I don't really enjoy being tickled, even though I'm not ticklish. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you ticklish?
I mean, just think of when I get my pedicures. She does a little scrubber thingy on the feet.
That actually, no.
It tickles, yeah.
Oh, really?
Like I don't
Doesn't
like being
do
tickled,
anything for me.
I hate it.
Doesn't
you
even
just
make
don't
me
like
jump.
being touched, pretty much.
No, I'm just saying I'm not ticklish. Like when you get a pedicure and they're like touching your feet and scrubbing and stuff, it doesn't make
You're
me
so
jump.
lucky. I always hate it. I'm like, okay, we done.
You're like, okay.
Yeah. Just right in that certain heel spot. But yeah, the little feather tickler thingy, that thing's legit. I like that.
So how do you get all 5 senses? Do they mean all at the same time?
I mean,
Sight, smell,
that sounds like a lot of work.
How could that all
A lot
be
of
at the
thinking
same
about
time?
it.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have to investigate that further.
Yeah. Oh, well, guys.
Well, that was entertaining, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm. We'll drop a poll.
Yes.
Spit on my water. We'll drop a poll. And you guys tell us what fucking sexual trends you're going to experience this year.
Yeah.
Or what you might
I wish we could
have.
just an answer, maybe just a comment.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. Thank you guys for
All right.
listening.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.